Hello everyone, my name is Mowmaster and welcome to kind of a developer insight, if you will. Today and this week we've been working on our effects in Dust, getting those ported from 112 to the new 115. And so far, here's our list of 64 effects represented in block form. And all of the removed blocks are effects that we've added to the game currently. How this works is we're using RGB color mixing now in Dust. The old system was for kind of oil-based paints and color mixing there, red, yellow, blue. But with light crystals, reflect light and stuff. So it makes sense to use RGB for color mixing now. But with this comes a little bit of a more complex combination system, and I'll try to explain a little bit of it. Basically, how it works is we've split up the total value of RGB, which the total value of any one color in RGB system is 0 to 256. We've split that up into three parts, which is about 85 and a half, or no, 85 and a third. So one part of red equals 85 and a third. Two parts of red is about 170. Three parts of red is about your 256. And so basically with those combinations, we have 64 potential colors that we can craft, and that's kind of represented in this crazy graph here. So, cool. All the different effects that we can have equal about 64. I've doubled that using our white and black dust system for corruption and augmentation from 112. That's kind of been the same. And the dust to duration ratio is basically the same as well. So, yeah, the port's been going really well, and let's kind of get into it here. So, strength is an easy effect. It's always been red, and still is. So three red will give you strength, 2 red will not, 1 red will not, 4 red will not, 5 red will not, 6 red will. So basically, any interval of 3 will give you strength when it comes to red. So 6 red will give you strength, 9 red will give you strength, 12 red will give you strength, etc. And why that is because 1 red is a different potion effect, 2 red is a different potion effect, and 3 red is strength. So that's just how the assignment works. And if you were to map out all the different combinations of blocks, like this one is 3 red, 1 green, 1 blue is that color combination. And so the blocks make it really easy to figure out what it is later on. So, having said that, what about color mixing? Has color mixing changed just a little bit? If we want to do color mixing, we know that purple from Dust 112 makes resistance, and it still does. But the improvement over 112 is we can actually mix these colors and make purple dust. Boom, purple dust. Straight up purple dust. And what this benefit does for us is now we can have resistance from that purple dust without having to run around and combine red and blue dust on the ground and light it up with flint and steel. We don't have to do that anymore. We can just combine red and blue together and have one dust to ignite. And so if you wanted to make speed and resistance and fire resist dust, you could all do that. And then throw dust on the ground, light it up, get your effect. Throw your other one on the ground, light it up, get that effect, etc. Cool. So that hasn't gone away. That's nice. White and black dust are no longer able to be found. I mean, they might be able to be found as like trees or something, but they're no longer like a crystal that you can find. No more. Which you're probably going, oh no, how are we going to do effect potion augmentation? Not to fear. You can make them. There's some white dust. And likewise, there's some black dust. So, there you go. That is the 2 ways to get your augmentation dust. So white and black, kind of nice. Works all right. And yeah, cool. So that's just a few things from dust that was ported over. White and black dust can now be created. You don't have to go out and find it. You can just get your basic dusts and create it now, which is kind of nice. So it's a little bit easier to acquire some of the stuff early on. Granted, once the research system comes out, this is all going to be way harder to get a hold of. The effects, because effects are going to be gated behind research. But for right now, it's still a very OP system. Right. What next? We've mixed dust. We've made white and black. We've made separate colors. We know that spell scrolls exist. Still. Spell scrolls still exist. They're not completely done, but they're pretty much done. Functionality-wise, they work really well. Here is potency 1 of regeneration for 3 seconds, so that's cool. But what if we wanted maybe more potency? In Dust 112, this worked differently. White and black dust only affects the potency. It does not affect the duration. Now, in 112, making spell scrolls worked a little bit weirdly with this. And you would have to put in, if you wanted to make 3 spell scrolls of regeneration 1 at 2 potency, you'd have to put in 30 white dust to do it. Well, I'll just let you know, you don't have to do that anymore. 1 second each of regeneration 2 for 10 white dust. So, when you batch craft your spell scrolls, it divides up all the different pieces of paper by the duration, which is determined by the colored dust. So you just need more colored dust, that's it. You don't need more white or black dust, you just need more colored dust. So this is a massive improvement over 112. And I'm very excited to bring this out. So your potency stays, your duration gets divided up into all the different scrolls. Cool. That's pretty nifty. Trap still exists as well, so if we want to, say, corrupt a regeneration, make a trap out of it. Actually, let me take that back. I forgot. We have player versus mob traps now. So this is the player one. You have to use the weighted pressure plates to get the player, and that will break. And now we have withering. So we've corrupted it with black, and then we gave ourselves withering with the weighted pressure plate. Wood pressure plates will affect mob entities. So if we have that 3 there, plus the 1 there, plus the pressure plate, it will affect a mob entity if we push it into it. There it is. Yeah, take damage, you stupid goat thing. So that's cool. That's definitely an improvement over 112, if I remember correctly. Or no, did I have it in 112? Yeah, it is in 112. That is 112 right now. I forgot I added that. So okay, so that got ported properly. What changed about this, though, is it was always a big pain in the rear to make these traps, because you'd have to throw dust on the ground, then a trap thing, then hit it with flint and steel to make the dang trap. And that's just a long process, and there was no easy solution for it. Oh, you're gonna like me. You're gonna like me a lot for this. You're welcome in advance. We have Wither 5 for 3 seconds. That's a good start. That's right, folks. You can place your pressure plate down, hit it with your spell paper, which will be consumed in survival mode, and it will make the thing. Not only does that work in water as well. So because we're standing outside of the water, it made an air block one. If we're in water, and we want to place a trap. It made a waterlogged trap. Granted, the trap block does need a little bit of work. It's still in development. But now, if a player walks over it, or an entity if you use the other pressure plate type, you can now set up traps in the water. And once we get these traps fixed block model wise, the water's going to be a very dangerous place. The ground's going to be a very dangerous place. Hell, like just having the player, the ability to set that down and do that is going to make this way easier to troll your friends with, or keep your base safe from mobs, you know, whichever. But yeah, so that is a massive improvement over 112 in my opinion. And that about sums up how the new system works in 115. I'm super excited to bring this port out, and I'll continue to work on it. So, did I show off one last thing? Did I show off the ability to mix and then use that to make an effect? I don't know, but there it is, just in case. Yeah, so thanks guys. I'm really excited to port everything to 115, and hopefully we'll have an update out here in the next month or so. So thanks for stopping by, hanging out. We'll see you next time. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.